Угу.
Ну, я вот как раз, когда говорить буду про постсоветское время.
Угу.
Так, все.
Давай. Так, значит, на English, да, мы с тобой?
Да.
Давай сейчас. Все, готов?
Да.
Давай. Раз, два, три. Hello, Aian. Thank you very much for coming and taking part in this interview. We are in a new scenery, so I feel that this interview must be very special. So, if you can you please briefly introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everyone, my name is Aian. I came from Kyrgyzstan and currently I'm studying in Hong Kong and I'm 19 years old.
Great. So, tell us about your story. How did you come to LPC? What brings you here?
When I was 10th grader, I decided to apply to UWC, and the main reason why I applied here it was like first of all values and perspective which UWC tries to promote. Secondly, it was like new location because I was living all my life like in Kyrgyzstan for 17 years, and I decided to change something in my life, and it was really nice, and I'm really happy that I can come to this school because it promotes like really nice and like really important values in our world.
Great. So let me ask you about your first impressions of Hong Kong and how was your first impression different from, being a year here already and sitting here?
I was really impressed because Hong Kong seems like really like big and modern city with a lot of skyscrapers. But at the same time, when I arrived, first thing which I saw it was like just trees and like kind of jungles. I would not call them jungles, but like yeah, they're just jungles in my opinion at least. Yeah, it was really impressive because on the pictures on the internet it seems like it's just concrete jungle. But after a while, I realized like Hong Kong has such a beautiful nature, and like secondly it's really nice in terms of weather and like in terms of like kind of time because for example like sunset here is at 6 p.m. Annually, so like every day is like just 6 p.m. and there's no such like such kind of thing like as back home when we have a sunset around 9 and when we have like sunsets around 5 or 4 p.m. So like it's really nice.
Right.
And after a year I would say Hong Kong like becomes like kind of home.
Yeah.
Of course, I would not call like like home, but I still can recognize it as home because here I have a lot of really close friends, a lot of like kind of experiences which I like which I'm trying to do every day, like gym and all the stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I have kind of routine here, and like it's really nice in my opinion.
Yeah, that's great. So moving on to the topic of Kyrgyzstan, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the history of it. I'm particularly interested in the later stages, like after post-Soviet Union, but you can start whenever you want and just tell us what Kyrgyzstan, how it was formed.
Okay, honestly, Kyrgyzstan is really interesting country in terms of history because the first mention of Kyrgyzstan was like in the second century before our era, and it was mentioned like in Chinese history. So yeah, like first mention was like in a second century of our of before our era. But the most interesting part of our history probably gonna be like 19th 20th century when we were like joined Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and in terms of like development and all this stuff. But yeah, like it's really long, and I would not like mention all the stuff which happened before because there were like different republics and all the stuff because
Right.
I would just say that like first Kyrgyz state was like in Russia, in like in modern Siberia, whereas Altai,
Right.
not far from actually from Mongolia.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, we moved to the territory of Central Asia,
Okay.
as we were nomads. So yeah, in terms of post-Soviet history, yeah, like it's been already 32 years since we gained independence,
Yeah.
and like for the past 32 years, we're like we're in our path to gain like a democracy and like to develop without any like other states. So it's really nice, and like of course we overcome a lot of challenges, we faced a lot of challenges,
Right.
but yeah, like it's really interesting and hard times for Kyrgyzstan, I would say, because we need to like kind of get actual independence. So yeah.
Right. So do you see yourself as someone, participating in like making Kyrgyzstan independent and just like
Yeah, kind
further
of,
development?
kind of, yep. So
Yeah.
definitely, because everyone, and at least in my opinion, should have like some kind of opinion, and I'm trying to promote this opinion, which is really like strongly connected to like UWC values, to UWC experience, and all this stuff.
Right.
Because we need to promote peace, sustainability, and all this stuff, and I'm also trying to promote it like back home, where I can share my opinion, where I can defend my opinion, and all this stuff. But at the same time, I'm always trying to be really like careful in terms of that because I wanna like I understand that everyone has different opinion and like For example, when I post something, I always like try to think about that and about the consequences. So yeah, but at the same time, yeah, like I'm still trying to promote this democracy as well as like everyone back home, because I feel like Kyrgyzstani people is really really unite like as a nation.
That's nice. That's really nice. So in terms of like Russian influence, I know that you have two official languages. One is Russian, the other one is Kyrgyz. So would you say people mainly speak Russian or Kyrgyz? Which one is more popular? Which one is taught in schools, and so on and so forth?
Okay, obviously right now the more popular will be Kyrgyz,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like it's a national language, and a lot of people are trying to promote their own language. But at the same time, more than 50% of like, I would say like 80% of population knows Russian to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, as a citizen of Kyrgyzstan and as a citizen of Bishkek is the capital of the Kyrgyzstan. Of
Right.
course, I would use Russian more, because it's like pretty common in the post-Soviet Union republics, like in CIS especially.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for me, like I would not, I would say that Russian is my native language, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I know Kyrgyz well, and I can also hold conversation in it.
Right.
But in terms of like use of language, I would say Kyrgyz is used more right now, especially like when I was living to Hong Kong. It was like 2022. Before I was like always hearing like Russian speech, but when I came back for summer break, I only heard like I heard a lot like Kyrgyz speech instead of like Russian. I was
Right.
really impressed. But at the same time, people still know Russians. They can like explain something to you. But of course, it's not going to be like really really like long conversation.
Right.
So yeah. But also right now there is a tendency to learn like other languages, like such as English, German, and other.
Right.
Yep. And in terms of official language, like yeah, Russian is like official, and in school like it's mandatory to learn Russian,
Mm-hmm.
especially in Bishkek. Like I will, according to statistics, like I would say like there are more Kyrgyz schools, but I know that like most of the schools in Bishkek are like have a Russian taught education.
Okay.
In regions, I don't know. I'm really sorry, but like at least I know like in my home region, there are mainly like Kyrgyz taught schools.
Right. I see.
Yep. But still, they have Russian and Russian literature as a mandatory subjects.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
So you've mentioned that once you came back home, you definitely like noticed that there was a shift to Kyrgyz language. And I remember you once told me that there was also like a shift in terms of religion. Like religion started to play a bigger role in your opinion compared to when you were living in Bishkek.
Yep.
So I know that 90% of the population is Muslim.
Mhm.
So maybe you can tell about the role of religion in general and how it influences the society today.
Yep. In terms of that, I would say religion, yeah, is really, really like important thing. First of all, in terms of society, because yeah, it's really nice that like a lot of people believe in something, and like it's also unites our nation. Previously, I mentioned that like Kyrgyzstan is really like Kyrgyz people is really, really unite nation,
Right.
and like religion is also one of the aspects there, which is like
Mm-hmm.
trying to unite people, and like in terms of the influence on society, yeah, like there's a big tendency to be more religious in the country,
Right.
and like I would say, everyone has like because Kyrgyzstan is a democratic country, so everyone has their like freedom to believe, and we need to let them enjoy it, because it's really important in terms of like conventions, in terms of like declaration of human rights and all this stuff.
Right.
But I'm not sure about like some kind of conventions which we signed, because I know that we definitely signed like UN like Declaration of Human Rights. I'm not sure did we sign like Islamic State
Mm-hmm.
human rights.
Okay.
But yeah, but we still like let people believe. We let people like pray in all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of like percentage of population, yes, 90% of population are Muslim,
Mm-hmm.
but like some of like 50% of them, I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry if
But
like
just
it's
like from your experience.
from my experience, I would say 50% are not that like really strict Muslims.
Okay.
They believe in God, but they don't like practice it as everyone as like they should like 5 times pray.
I
But
see.
yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
still, I'm really happy that people have this kind of belief in something what
Mm-hmm.
unites us. And other 10%, we have like 6% of population are Orthodox Christian.
Okay.
It's mainly because of the Soviet Union and like a big
Yeah.
Russian like community in Kyrgyzstan.
Right.
It's approximately like 500K people.
That's a lot of people.
Yep. And it's like officially, because I feel like there are even more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would say like around 700K.
Okay.
Yep. But there's also like big influence there. So we
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of churches, like Orthodox church. At least I know, like in my city, there are 4 Orthodox churches. There is
Okay.
even like Orthodox school, like
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but also like there are some Jewish, Jewish. We also have like pagans. We also have like Tengri religion. Tengri is like kind of really like ancient and really like Central Asian religion. Like we basically it's about like soul and stuff.
I see.
But it's not as popular as like Islam and like Orthodox Christianity.
I see. I see.
So yeah.
Okay. So you yourself were born and raised in Bishkek.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the city itself and what are the sites there and just in general, how is life in Bishkek?
I really love my city, but I would say my city is really, really small. Bishkek is comparable to other post-Soviet Union like republics, like capitals, is really small, relatively. Because,
Okay.
for example, when I can walk like from a city center to the city edge like in just 45 minutes. It's just around 4 kilometers. And like it's really nice in terms of walking because like Bishkek is located like approximately 500 meters above the sea.
Okay.
So and like it's surrounded by mountains, and I'm really happy because like as a citizen of Kyrgyzstan, hiking is a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Skiing as well because we have 4 seasons. So we have winter. So like usually during the winter break we go like to the closest mountain to just to ski. And it's really nice, and ski bases are like relatively they're really nice in Bishkek. So yeah,
Okay.
I really love it. In terms of like entertainment and all the stuff, most of the time we hang out as like walking around because like Soviet heritage lets us do it because we have a lot of really nice parks with beautiful trees like birch and all this stuff, and it's really really beautiful, especially during like autumn because there's golden fall. We have like this yellow, orange, brown. It's really really
that's
like
beautiful.
it's my favorite season honestly.
Yeah.
Like because and especially September when it's not that like cold and hot. So yeah, it's really nice. But of course, we have other like activities such as like a lot of people are playing football. A lot of people are just like walking around because I would say Bishkek is really like popular because of their like coffee shops. Literally, we have like really like big streets with like just coffee shops
Okay.
along it. Like there's like they stand like next to each other, and you can choose like for example, if you ate in one coffee shop yesterday, you can go to another one today and go another like tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's really popular, I would say because we just gather there, we talk, we chill, and like all the stuff, and it's really nice. But what we're doing like we're just most of the time we're just like go hiking and all this like and all the stuff because it's not far.
So I was about to ask like about youth activities. Like what kind of entertainment would you choose to to have? And as you say, like if Bishkek is that small, probably you're traveling a lot and like around the country. I mean, would you say it's the way it is or not
Yeah,
really?
this is true. Like during the summer we're going to Issyk Kul. Issyk Kul is like is a mountainous lake.
Okay.
It's really big. It's like third in the world in terms of like volume of the water.
Okay.
It's really nice. It's like it's relatively cold. I would say it's 20 degrees Celsius like during the summer.
Okay.
And in winter like it's like +1, +2. But at the same time it's not freezing because it's really salty.
Okay. I see.
So like yeah.
I see.
And we go there every summer. Also, we go like there during the winter because there are also really nice ski bases, like especially in Karakol. Yep, Karakol is like previous like name was Przhevalsk. It was called by popular Russian geographist.
Okay.
So like yeah, and we go there like at least twice a year. But also like there are really nice ski bases and really nice like hike traces like in surrounding Bishkek. Like I was like actually traveling a lot like around the Bishkek before I come to LPC, but yeah, like there is really nice base and like walleys like Chinkurchak Valley. You probably don't know, but it's like 40 kilometers from the city.
Okay.
There's one like it's called like Chui Valley. It's like 80 kilometers from my city.
Okay.
And it's really really beautiful. And moreover, we also have like a kind of open museums because of like this historical heritage of Kyrgyzstan, and like not only Soviet, it's like really old like old buildings.
Right.
For example, there is like Burana Tower.
Okay.
Burana Tower, like it's basically the tower, and there's like only stairs. It's basically like Rapunzel,
Ah, okay, yeah,
Yes, yes.
The
There is
temple,
only and there is only one room above it.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
but it's really beautiful, and I'm really happy that we saved it. Like Even though like it was like more than like 800 years before.
More
So
than
yeah,
800 years. Okay, wow.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
from what you're saying, like it seems that nature is actually like, a very, very, how do I say, unique part about Kyrgyzstan. Like, can you just maybe briefly say, how do you feel about like Kyrgyz nature? I mean, the country is really rich.
Yep. I really love our nature. 94% of our like land is just mountains.
94?
94%.
Wow. Okay.
94. Yeah, but and like it's really nice. It's really beautiful. It's really like like a kind of peaceful, I would say,
Yeah.
because mountains have this special energy, and you go there, you just feel calm and you feel happy. At
Right.
least for me. So I can go like to 12 kilometer hikes. It's gonna be really hard, but at the same time, I will be really happy by the end, because we have a lot of really beautiful lakes around like the in the mountains, and like it's really nice. You just go there and just like just enjoy the moment and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Moreover, we have a lot of like kind of summits. We have a summit of Lenin. It's like one of the highest in the world. Like at least I know it's like in top 10. It's
Okay.
7,000 meters above the sea.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
And actually, like around Bishkek, there is like a lot of summits. Like there are 4,000 meters above the sea.
wow.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. It's really nice. And there is also like summit Han Tengri. We border it like with China and Kazakhstan. It's also one of the highest in the world.
Wow.
So yeah, so also above the 7,000 meters.
Okay.
In terms of lake, I already mentioned Issyk Kul. Issyk Kul is really popular destination, especially like for tourists. And right now it's really popular for Russians because like it's cheaper than Turkey.
Okay.
Yep, but at the same time it's really beautiful and it's really nice in terms of like because everyone there speaks Russian, so like it's really
Right.
popular destination for especially like not only Russians, popular destination for CIS like republics, because we have a lot of Kazakh tourists, Uzbek, Russians, Ukrainian, Belarusian actually. So
Right.
like it's really nice. So yeah, and in like it's because of nature we also like earn a lot of money because of tourism. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
annually like around 7 million, like at least for last year it was like 5 million, not 7, sorry,
Okay.
5 million people visited Kyrgyzstan.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
That's a lot. I mean, 5 million is also the population. I mean, a little bit over five than
7 million approximately.
7 million.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Around 1.5 million are living abroad, so I would say like
Okay.
around five and a half
I see. I see. Okay.
currently living there.
Okay. So how about the culture? I mean, you're the kind of basing your history on the nomadic, how do I say, nomadic traditions and nomadic culture. So would you say there are any specific traditions that you can recall and you can tell us about?
Okay, it's really violent tradition, and it's actually prohibited right now.
Okay.
It's called alakachu, which is translated like as a wife kidnapping.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's-
it's prohibited, and at first it had really like a kind of noble meaning, because when you're getting like when you want to like marry someone, you just want to like kind of
Show
show that you love her. You want to like treat her properly and all this stuff. So at first it wasn't that violent, and it came like actually it's also popular in other Central Asian countries, but like in our
Right.
countries, like at least in my opinion, it's really like popular, and it's still like kind of violent, because there were some cases when like like guy just did wife kidnapping, and by the end of the day he killed himself and he killed her.
Ooh.
But at the same time, society is like against it, and like
Uh-huh.
and we are trying like to prohibit it as much as possible. But at the same time, I'm really happy that people are not like calling it a really bad thing by the end of the day. Of course, we agree that like it's kind of bad, but at the same time, we also respect this tradition,
Yeah.
because it came like from a long time ago.
Right.
Moreover, I would also mention like something connected to the horse, because you know that
Of course.
yeah, we
Of
eat
course.
horse.
You were
Yeah.
the first one to introduce me to the horse meat.
Yes,
So yes,
yes,
of course.
yes. Like we eat horse meat, and like it's really popular.
Yeah.
It's mainly because like we're always like kind of traveling around.
Yes.
That's where we're nomads.
Yeah.
And we didn't have enough food, and like we ate horse, and the horse is like really nice. But at the same time, for Kyrgyz, horse is like is a main friend, and we really love this animal. And like it's really nice, like it's also in terms of like tradition, but at the same time, yeah, of course I feel bad that I ate it, but like it's just part of my culture, it's part of my
I see,
like
yeah.
I would say identity already.
Of course, I mean that's the way it's just it is in Kyrgyzstan.
Yep.
So yeah, if we started about food just in general, about national cuisine, maybe there are any like favorite dishes that you have and you can tell us about with the names of them.
Okay, I'm big fan of Kyrgyz cuisine, but
Yes.
for me, like, for someone who grew up, like, post-Soviet Republic, I really love borscht.
Of course,
Yeah,
of
borscht,
course,
yes, yes,
borscht.
borscht. I love borscht. It's like my favorite dish. But in terms of Kyrgyz food, I would say I really love plov. Plov is not really like, we can always argue with other like
Uzbek, yes,
yes,
yes.
Uzbek or Kazakh, yeah, but at the same time, I really love this food. And I also really love mante. Mante is like, basically big dumplings. Yes.
Okay.
And like it's low-key like hinkali.
Okay.
Yes, but it's really, really nice, and like I really love it, especially with like potatoes,
Potatoes, yeah.
and like meat inside. It's really, really
Okay.
nice, and I really, really love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but of course we also have like kind of soups. Soup called shorpoi is basically yeah, it's basically like potato, beef, like we add also like a whole like carrot and a whole onion, and it's really nice. It's like we usually eat it when we are sick and all this stuff, and I really love it.
Right.
In terms of like kind of drinks, we have a lot of like different type of drink, but I would mention like kumis.
Yeah.
Kumis is like it's horse milk.
Okay.
Yes, yes, it's really nice, and like
Is it just simple horse milk, or with something like with salt maybe? I
no,
don't
no,
know,
no, like it's just
ayran,
simple horse milk, yeah. But we also like mix it with milk and call samal. Samal, it's like a bit less, I would say, a bit less salty, but it's really nice. Yeah, but
Okay.
horse milk is really, really nice, like
see,
in my
I
opinion,
see.
at least.
Yeah. So if I was to visit you in Kyrgyzstan, what would be like 3 top places that you would show me?
It's definitely gonna be Issyk Kul.
Yes.
Obviously Issyk Kul. I would show you Chongqing Valley. Like it's not far from Issyk Kul and it's not far from Bishkek. It's like around 150 kilometers. I actually
Okay.
showed you some pictures.
Okay.
Yep, and it's
Yes.
really, really beautiful. There is like nice, like flora and fauna. They have a lot of like trees and all this stuff. It's really nice, and it's not that hard, like to hike it. Moreover, I would definitely show you like Advashi. Advashi is like a region in the like south of Kyrgyzstan. It's like not far from China, and it's really cold there, even in the summer. But it's really beautiful there because like there are a lot of mountains, and like there's actually a big mountain lake which called Kölsu, and I will definitely show it to you. Kölsu like basically translates as a Köl, like from Turkish language, so it translates as a lake, and Su translates it as a like water or like or cold.
Okay.
In this case, I would say like it's like probably called a lake, but it's really, really beautiful.
And you can still swim in it, or it's too
You
cold
can swim, but like I would not recommend you.
Okay, so not
Yes.
that. Okay,
Yep.
I see, I see. So, and in terms of people, like, what would you say makes Kyrgyz people so special, makes them different from the rest of the, nations?
I mentioned it before. I would say it's like that we're unite,
Yeah.
but I would say also that we have our own opinion. We have like really strong opinion. We like I don't want. I'm not like I'm proud that we did it, but at the same time, we for the past 30 years we had like 3 revolutions, and it
Yeah.
shows that the people have like their own opinion. We have our will like to promote like kind of our country,
Yeah.
and I'm really happy about that because country is like actually trying to develop. We're trying to show that like we will not follow you guys if you don't like listen to us. So
Yeah.
it's really, really nice that we're doing that. So yeah, like I would say that we're really confident and we have like this kind of uniteness.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
So if it would be like, one word to describe you, like, a trait of your character or a trait of like Kyrgyzstan, what would be this one word to describe home, Just the feeling, it might be you.
Really nice questions, actually.
It might be unity, as you mentioned already.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Like I want
something else. There's a feeling that you have, like, towards Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah. I would say like independence.
Independence?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because originally like Kyrgyz people were like always like independent.
Yeah.
And like Kyrgyz like actually translates from like Turkish language like Kyrk translates like as a 40, and Is is like kind of like groups.
Okay.
So like it was 40 groups, and like there's like even epos about that.
Okay.
How like Kyrgyz like kind of warrior unite all the people.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we're always independent, when we're always like seeking for this independence.
Yeah.
So like I would say like just independence.
That's really nice.
Yep.
Thank you so much for this interview.
Yep. Thank you so much for the
really enjoyed
invitation.
it. Yes.
Yep.
Great.
Great.
Давай, погнали.
Давай.